Hello everyone, it is Mrs. Red here from Mrs. Red's Art Room. Today I'm showing you how to draw a basic human's eye just using one pencil weight, which is a 2B. Now just to quickly draw to make light of the elephant in the room, with the focus of the camera, I forgot to put it on the manual focus. So this will stop doing this autofocus very soon. So I'm drawing in, to start, we're only drawing one eye, and to start with I drew a big circle, and you've got to draw that big circle really lightly because you're going to be rubbing a lot of that out soon. Then I put a axis line through the center of it, a horizontal line, and this is so that you can then try and find the middle of that circle. Once you've found the middle of that circle, you put the pupil in, which is the small center circle in the middle, followed by the iris, which is the middle circle. As you can see there, I am starting to rub out using a kneadable eraser. Much easier to use a kneadable one because you can get right into small little areas. Because we're focusing on just one eye, it's best to make this drawing bigger rather than smaller. It's always easier to draw if something's on the larger side. So I've also added a highlight, which is that circle on top of the pupil. Adding in our eyelid now. Still drawing fairly lightly at this stage as well, just also sketching in where the eyebrow is going to go. So you're still, like, we're using a 2B pencil, but you are drawing fairly lightly with it still. And one thing I did find while I was actually making this drawing, because I've got my studio lights coming down on it, the page was a little bit glistening, and I got quite a bit of shine on the page. So not that you will notice that, but for me actually doing this drawing, it was a little bit harder than I thought. Just sketching with one pencil onto the white paper, quite a lot of glare from the lights. So now I'm starting to go a little bit darker with the shading. I have used a reference photo for this, but I haven't used it for the actual shape of the eye or how the eye sits inside the eyelid. So now I'm starting to add a little bit more shading into that eyelid area, and this is where I've used the reference photo for reference, because I wanted to get the shading around that eye, because it's not 2D, of course, we're looking at a 3D object. But yeah, I do recommend that you have a reference photo purely for the shadows, where the highlights are, where the lowlights are, and just to get the outer proportions correct. So the eyelid, where the eyebrow goes, and the shading underneath the eye as well. Okay, so I'm starting to get a little darker now. Really sort of like helping with that 3D look. With your shading, it's also a good idea to do some warm-up exercises so that you don't go in too dark too soon. You always want to start every drawing lightly, get everything where it's meant to go, and then start adding the shadows and the little highlights in. Yeah, and I do have another video of doing a tonal scale that you can see what I mean by doing little warm-up exercises. So just adding more shadow, and I'm using my reference photo for this, which for a reference photo I just went on to Unsplash, which is a free photographic website. I was purely just looking at the screen. I didn't download the image. I just typed in close-up of human eye and found lots of photos to look at. But yeah, you just want to get, you need a reference photo just purely for this bit, which is all that shadow around the eye rather than inside the eye. And the last thing that I'll be adding is the hair, so the eyelashes and the eyebrow. And I will, what's it called? It's the sclera, which is the white area of the eye. I do also shade that in very lightly because I don't want it to be stark white. This is a really great exercise to do. This sketch took me, I think it was 23 minutes. Obviously I've sped it up, but it was about a 23 minute exercise, and something that is just really nice for the mind, just to have a little bit of time off and do something that's so relaxing and quite meditative as well. Also, this eye drawing is one of my daily drawing prompts, which you can find on the website, which is mrsreds.com.au. The links will be in the summary of the video. And the daily drawing prompts are all like this. So they're all sort of 10 to 20 minute drawing exercises, or drawing skills I should say, and there's quite a few to choose from now, and I just keep building up the library of them. So I'm going to do the whole face bit by bit. Do noses next, ears, mouth, and then I'll do the actual proportions for the human face as well as one of the prompts. Eyelashes are not as easy as you think. Again, this is where you need to be looking at a reference photo to see how eyelashes look. They're, yeah, you want to take your time doing them. Don't rush the process. The eyebrows weren't so hard. But yeah, you definitely need to be looking at a reference photo to do the eyelashes, just to see which way they go, and the length of them as well, because the ones below are quite short, but they're still there. I also found that this 2B pencil felt not very 2B. I would have said more HB. Yeah, I struggled to get real darks out of it. But again, the reason I'm only doing it with one pencil because it is one of the daily drawing prompts, and the daily drawing prompts are intended to be done with basic art supplies, so pencil or pen and an eraser. And as you can see, I'm just finishing off that, and you can see the 3D appearance of it. Great exercise to do. Would love to see your artwork. Tag me in socials and show me your drawings, and download the daily drawing prompt so that you can do this yourself and then teach someone else how to do it and feel very clever. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again in another video of the daily drawing prompts, and some compare the pairs that I do, which is comparing art supplies up against each other, and anything else art related. Thanks for watching.